out of there cleanly. He's got a good-looking shot. New Brunswick again lies two. New Brunswick trailing Manitoba 4-2, playing the seventh end of this junior women's final.
Single, yeah? That's a tough double, right? That's a tough double. You think? Yeah. Three quarters give it. We might be close to jamming, but I think it would roll off. See what happens. Yeah, if we got the hit and roll or the double, whatever. Okay. Before, right? Yeah. Just so normal. Okay.
Do you agree with the call?
Oh, yeah, I think you have to hit that one. Even, like, you roll over in front of it. It's an excellent shot. It makes it difficult for Heather Smith to get it out of there without jamming it on her own. The beautiful part is that you have to make sure that you make contact with the shot rock.
Making sure that there is nothing on the running surface of that stone. Heidi Hanlon, of course, had the misfortune in the Scott Tournament of Hearts final against Julie Sutton of having her final stone pick up a hair.
Yes, it is unfortunate. That's why it's very important that the sweepers always stay with the rock. Yeah, a little bit too far. But a good shot.
New Brunswick still lies one. Two other stones on that 12-foot ring belonging to Manitoba, but the shot rock, the important stone, belongs to New Brunswick. Jill Staub having an outstanding final, curling at 92%.
Okay, for Heather Smith on, the big shot is that she has to pull it right into this area here. Maybe corner freeze it like that. It'll be very difficult for Manitoba to get it out of there.
Well, surprisingly, she's playing the hit, which is quite surprising because it's behind the tee.
Yeah, I would just
Freeze to it.
Freeze, come right down to it. That's a dangerous area. She has the luxury, of course, Colleen, of coming off the first one and rolling in front of the other one, and that's probably why she's playing the hit.
Looks good, but that just hung there. It looked as though it was going to curl into that area, but it just seemed to hang, and the shooter rolls out of play. So again, Manitoba has an opportunity yet out of an end where it looked as though New Brunswick was going to pick up at least a pair.
Well, you would think the rock would move over there, and I think that's what Heather Smith was counting on, Don, because once you go towards the boards, it really takes off.
Certainly Heather's had her chances.
Well, there's no question. That's, maybe the opportunity. That's exactly right, Heather. Missed opportunity. You drop it right in there with the draw, boy.
It's also hard when the opposing skip is playing 92% because they don't leave the door open for many opportunities.
Well, that's the trouble is if the other team is really playing well, you cannot afford to give up those opportunities.
Talking about a team playing well. Do you remember the Brier final last Sunday? 91% for Kevin Martin and his Brier champion.
Oh, yeah, that was outstanding.
So Manitoba now lies two. And again, with one shot, this end has changed, as did the fifth.
Yeah, looks like they're going to get 2 or 3 New Brunswick.
What is the rock number?
The scary part about this for Heather Smith, look how much ice she's taken. She's taken a good 2.5 feet.
Well, I thought we weren't even going to see.
You can see the brush up there, and I know in the back of her mind she's probably thinking, well, that last takeout never curled very much, so I better be very careful with this takeout. Good shot. Excellent shot under pressure.
So Heather Smith removes the shot stone belonging to Manitoba. Manitoba. She didn't get a pair on this seventh end as she had hoped, but she does come up with a single point and once again reduces the deficit to just 1 point, 4-3. Manitoba leads New Brunswick going to the eighth end.
Curling just seemed like the natural sport to take up.
I think just because of our family history, everybody in our family curls. It's pretty much our family business, and everybody curls, and it was just, you were either sitting watching in a curling club or playing yourself, so that's how I got interested.
Of course, not everyone's got a dad who's not only a former Canadian and world champ, but also an expert television analyst.
He comes out and watches us, and I usually have my own car there, and I come home, and as soon as he hears the door shut, Bill, come on, get the pads and paper, and then come up here, and he draws his sheet and his house, and he tells me what we did wrong.
I've watched her curl a lot, and I know some of the mistakes she makes. And I have to actually leave the curling club when she's coming off the ice. Because if I don't do that, I'll say something to her as she's coming off the ice, and she gets upset. But I'll wait till we get home, and I'll say, Jill, in the seventh end, you shouldn't, why did you play this shot? And she'll say, well, Dad, because I thought it was the right shot. And we discuss it then. But I know that I have to actually physically leave the curling club before she comes off the ice.
Despite all of Dad's good advice, Jill and her teammates did their share of losing, but that's in the past.
We paid our dues this year, and last year too. We were always close, and we were always one of the teams to beat, and we had to learn how to lose before we won, and we got a lot of experiences from losing.
Jill's learned from her losses. Now she's ready to win the biggest game of her life. And what will the fatherly advice be?
Just to stay cool and just play your normal game, and don't worry about the importance of the game. Just try to do your best.
They've made a daily wish at the wishing pond at the hotel. Their wish for today is simple: to be crowned the new Pepsi Junior Women's Champ.
And they lead by a score of 4-3, playing end 8. One rock in play. That's a red-handled Manitoba stone to the right of the center line, about 1.5 feet outside the ring. Manitoba, with last rock advantage, scored 2 on the opening end.
Don, I suggested to Jill that you just bring the telestrator home for her from now on.
Good idea. Good idea.
It'd make it a lot easier than having to get out a scratch pad.
You talk about 2 in the very first end, and the importance of having the advantage of last rock is once again proving very significant in this game, as it did in other games. That's a very big 2 points first end, because that's the difference right now.
And as we heard Heather Smith say, missed opportunities by New Brunswick.
Yeah, you cannot afford to do that. They've had 3 chances that I know of to get 2 and maybe 3, and because they missed a shot and Manitoba's come up with a good shot following the miss, Manitoba's gotten out of the end, and of course, as you say, a missed opportunity for New Brunswick.
Christy Mraz, a University of Winnipeg education student, has been curling with Jill Staub for 3 years.
What New Brunswick has to do, of course, though, is realize that they are only down by 1 point, and they have had, if they were able to capitalize on a couple of the last 3 M's, they would have scored 2 or 3, and just bear down and go for their steal of 1.
Well, that's what they did last night. They kept on fighting against Brant of Alberta, and they picked up that winning point, stealing it on the 10th end to advance to this championship final.
And perhaps they'll hearken back to that and say during one of their little pep rallies or huddles that, look, we did it last night, we can do it today.
They want a center guard out of Denise Cormier.
Well, that's the key for New Brunswick, Don. They have to get a center guard or a nose hit by Manitoba and hopefully draw around the center guard.
As we saw on the 6th end, there's good movement to the ice coming into that 4-foot circle with the in-turn.
Well, there is. There's lots of room. You can miss a guard that is 2 feet in front of the house by maybe 6-8 inches on him, end up completely buried, and that's the beauty of this ice. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Draw ice, and it runs very straight with weight.
play as she wanted to, but it does come off the center line. Jennifer Jones was the all-star third. Heather Smith of New Brunswick, the all-star skip. Susie LeBlanc of New Brunswick, the all-star second. And Nikki Lamb of Alberta, the all-star lead. Those who chose the all-star team had some tough choices to make.
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of good curlers here, both women's and men's, Don. Outstanding throwers of the rock. You know, which is really nice to see, because now we know that our chances of winning world championships, not only in junior divisions, but in the men's division and women's division, is in good hands. And that's important.
Well, a couple of former Pepsi junior champions will be going after world titles from the 23rd to the 31st of this month at the World Championships in Winnipeg. Kevin Martin for the men. He won it all in 1985, and Julie Sutton, who won the Pepsi Junior in 1987.
The first rock of the men's final, by the way, was just thrown by Alberta. So that game just underway between Alberta and Northern Ontario.
Jennifer Jones rolls off her own stone, sitting out front and into the ring. Manitoba lies one.
Oh, that's a big break for Manitoba, Don, because now instead of New Brunswick playing front guard to try and steal a point, the play is changed to in the ring where Manitoba wants to play. Now it's just wide open hits, so that's a good break and a good shot by Jennifer Jones.
Get the back end thrown and turn into That's good set. I kind of, where's the back? It's over there. I kind of rather like flying fish. Like, I'll watch my weight.
You heard Heather Smith say, "I'll watch my weight." She knows it's treacherous out there, Don. If she overthrows it and gets a little bit out. There was a good chance you could hit and roll behind the corner guard on the right-hand side.
Sorry, you had a lot of rings to roll to. I just sort of forgot.
I kind of forgot.
Now, each time that Jill Staub goes to throw a zone, Jennifer Jones makes her way about halfway down the ice, cleaning the ice surface. And there are occasions, and you may recall a comment that Jill made earlier. Come on, Jonesy, get into position so I can throw. And sometimes Jennifer Jones is out looking at the angles and cleaning the ice as the skip is getting set to throw a stone.
Well, she's doing a good job, though, Don, because she's cleaning what she thinks is the path, what she feels is the path the rock's going to take, which is a good idea. But really, that should be the responsibility of the sweepers.
Oh, God.
That's a stumble coming up out of the back, but as soon as she let it go, she wasn't pleased with it.
Just enough.
Good job by the sweepers there to hold it on course.
And you're right about that, Jill. It was good brushing.
I don't know what happened to that one because your weight was a bit down, but still it just jumped. Like super tight though. Yeah, it's still out of the rock.
I think Jennifer's a non-stop conversationalist.
Look how soon. That's good though. Yeah, must be buried. Do my last draw. Gotta bury it.
So Heather Smith, with her final stone of this eighth end, will attempt to hide it.
Ton to room.
With the other turn on the sixth end coming down an almost similar path, she was heavy and slid through the rings. This one looks as though it will dig in. But she isn't going to bury it like she had hoped for behind that corner guard belonging to Manitoba.
Good shot, Heather. What's the weight? What's the weight?
Yeah, they never swept it very much, Don, but the rock really curled at the end, and I think it's partially buried. I think Jill can see about a half a rock. But the key here is weight. You overthrow it, it will not move. If you underthrow it, it's liable to pull on that red one that's out in front.
Ideally, Manitoba would like to blank this end to retain last rock advantage into end 9.
Yeah, she'd like to hit and roll out.
Too tight for the guard. So it's a steal of 1 by New Brunswick on the 8th end. And we've got a tie game in this Pepsi Junior Women's Final with 2 ends remaining. So the score is 4-4 with 2 ends remaining. And let's move from Leduc, Alberta to Sports Weekend Control and Ken Daniel. And
Good.
that Manitoba stone, but
Wait a sec, Chris.
the stone that was just thrown is outside the rings.
Well, this is a very difficult shot. Jill is playing it very close to the guard. So the job here for Christie is to either make the shot or rub off the front.
Well, she took the front off. The shot rocked. The name's untouched.
That's a good shot. The only bad thing about it, Don, the one on the right-hand side still allows New Brunswick an opportunity to get around it. And this is, I think, a very aggressive call by Heather Smith. I like this call.
She was aggressive last night in her semifinal win over Alberta.
Well, I don't think you get anywhere in curling if you're timid. You have to be aggressive. You have to put a lot of pressure on the other team. That's part of the game of curling. See, it looks like they haven't laid a brush to it, and it looks like it's fairly strong. Once again, another missed opportunity. Because if Denise puts that one in around the guard, they've got Manitoba in a lot of trouble.
Sorry about that.
Especially, Don, there's a rock sitting out in front belonging to Manitoba that Jill could maybe come down with her last one and split and roll in to get 2.
This is taking a while, eh? I know, I fell out of the hack anyway, so I said I just feel to give them one here. That's why I want to stay in.
And she's done a Heather Smith who got this figured out.
Manitoba now lies 1. Seems on these odd ends, Manitoba has been getting into some difficulty, but getting out of
Well, they're getting out
that
of it.
difficulty when it looks as though they might be going against 2 stones.
Well, they are getting out of trouble, Don. This is about the 3rd or 4th time that New Brunswick's had control.
Denise Cormier was standing down there waiting for Heather Smith to throw a stone, forgetting that she still had 1 rock remaining.
Well, now she's faced with a hit.
Control?
You hear her just yell down to Heather Smith, control, which means controlled weight. Don't overthrow it. I mean, this is a well-coached team.
Denise Cormier has been the top percentage shooter on the New Brunswick team, curling at 84% through 8 ends. New Brunswick now lies 1.
That was a good win, eh? Well, yeah. I'm getting bad this was hitting me until the back.
Jennifer Jones wastes very little time in delivering her final stone of this 9th end. She'd like to hit and roll behind that red Manitoba rock, and she rolled a little too far.
Yes, they had got on a little bit early. She had a perfect hit and roll. Good shot, though, by Jennifer. Now the opportunity exists for Heather Smith to play the outturn and hit and roll behind cover.
Is that ever snap, eh? Should have been on a little sooner, eh? Oh, God, it's shooting. Oh, well. If he hit the rolls behind the guard, we got the raise. If he hit the rolls out, we got the split. Yeah. Which I like. We can get a deuce at the pad. We can't take one.
They've got it all figured
We
out.
gotta stick around.
Not only the shots they've got to get the next end figured out.
They certainly always are thinking the next shot and the shot after.
Susie LeBlanc, the second for New Brunswick, is really into the game. She's down there quickly, getting the skip stone into position, cleaning the running surface of that rock, even though Heather Smith does her own cleaning. But Susie has that rock ready for her each time she goes down the hill.
Oh, here's a good looking
They
shot.
should be sweeping that.
Yep, they sure should. Yeah, another sweeping error, because that rock, if they sweep it on, it is right behind the garden. Heather Smith knows it. I'll be very surprised if she doesn't say something to Denise.
Good. Cut too much, eh? What? Cut too much. Yeah. Too tight a guard to roll in there. I can't.
It is, of course, the responsibility of the third to call the line.
Okay, rolling away.
That's the stone that Jill Staub is concentrating on. This game is tied at 4, playing the 9th end. Will they get it past the guard? Yes, and a bit of an inside roll.
Oh, once again, very, very tight to that guard. Oh, good brushing got it by.
Oh, just a little tight, Jill. Just a little.
I guess.
I took a fit on that one. Right on, it was kind of close.
You can see there it is. It's partially tucked in behind that guard. For Heather Smith on a very dangerous shot here, she has to make sure that she keeps her weight up, and she certainly doesn't want to play quiet weight and touch that Manitoba run in front.
And as we heard them say, they want to make sure they stick around because they don't want to allow Manitoba the chance to split that one that's outside of the ring. And they've got to be careful because that's where it snapped the last time here.
It was beautiful turning shot. Oh, that's nice. That's a great, great turn. You don't know how difficult that shot was for Heather Smith.
More weight than that? Yeah, it's okay. That's a good shot.
So Heather Smith removes the Manitoba stone and,
They got it.
more importantly, saves the shooter. So now Jill Staub will be attempting to remove that rock and roll the shooter out of play as well.
Okay, shooter doesn't got to go very far.
You heard her say the shooter doesn't have to go very far, Don, and the rock is on the right-hand side of the 12-foot. Danger here, of course, is that she has to make contact with that rock. Oh, just got a piece of it.
You almost fell out of the booth watching that.
No. Yeah. Well, I'm expecting her to hit it on the right-hand side, not the inside.
I think she pinched the broom just a little bit there. She just wanted to hit it on the other side, as you said. But great brushing again.
So Jill Staub with the last stone of end number 9 blanks the end to retain last rock advantage into end 10 with the score tied in this Pepsi Junior Women's Final at 4.
In the men's final, by the way, the score is still no score in the second end. They blanked the first end.
Leslie Hicks the lead for New Brunswick, an art student at Mount Allison Collegiate. Quite involved in drama programs as well.
Ooh, that rock kept sliding a long way. New Brunswick wants some center guards. About 2 to 3 feet out in front of the rings, right on center line.
Kelly McKenzie, 13-year-old Manitoba lead. Grade 8 student at Charleswood Junior High. Looking to hit and roll off this New Brunswick stone, and that's what she does.
You always like to see your lead peel the first one, because there's nothing worse than having your lead hit it right on the nose with the very first rock in the air.
Yeah, well, I'm going. Oh, that was close. Oh, that was close, but I missed. Yeah, you did.
But now for the whole land, New Brunswick. They'll put it out in front, Don, hoping that Manitoba hits it on the nose and they can get some resemblance of cover out in front to draw around. And of course, Manitoba does not want any rocks in play. You want a wide open hit to win the game or a wide open draw to win the game.
Well, this is a similar situation for New Brunswick to what they faced last night in the semifinal against Sarah Brandt of Alberta. They were tied coming home without last rock, and they stole the winning point. As a team, Manitoba is curling 75%, New Brunswick 82%.
Well, 7 percentage points, that's a lot of percentage points. Good reason they're tied in this game.
Kelly McKenzie gets the corner of it, and that will take it out of play.
And just the corner.
And all Jill can do is use body language there because she's not allowed to sweep the opponent's rock until it crosses the tee line.
Kelly's done her job, and as Leslie Hicks.
And I'll tell you, you're always relieved when you have done your job and it's over and it's up to the rest of the team. All you can do is sweep. But you know you've done your part.
Rosie LeBlanc,
This one's
again
just...
looking for that center guard, but she's going to be a little heavy. She's going to slide into the ring.
And that's a big mistake. Those rocks have got to be out front and short.
Yeah, if you were a scorer, I think you may just give her 1 point out of the 4 points possible, because you want to play out in front. And of course here for Christy Mirage, Don, she would like to hit this rock and maybe roll over to the corner a bit.
Well, these young ladies are quite adept at peeling.
Very accurate.
Well, Don Duguid isn't the only anxious parent here this afternoon. Wife Barbara is also here, but the parents of the other participants are also watching, and I'm sure every bit as nervous as you are.
Oh, there's no question. I mean, you live and die with every rock.
This one's much better. For
That's a
New Brunswick.
perfect curling shot. Well, halfway between the house and the hog, a little closer to the house, but right on the center line, and that's a good curling shot.
Mirage trying to corner that stone and roll the shooter out of it. Looks like she will move the New Brunswick stone through, but the shooter stays out there.
Well, that's a little bit of protection out there for New Brunswick, Don. It's covering part of the 8 foot. And as a last resort, Heather Smith will draw around that one.
A lot of people were a little confused over the past week about the relationship between yourself and Jill. Some suggested she was your niece. Some even thought she was your granddaughter. I said, he's not that old.
That's right.
He looks at the times, but
I think I spread the rumor about the grandfather. Well, I know you've been telling us, Don, for years now how great your daughter Jill is. We've heard that a lot, and she certainly is a fantastic curler.
Yeah, the big thing about it, she really enjoys the curling game.
her stone slipped a little too close to the rings. As a matter of fact, she gets the bite of the club. Manitoba attempting to keep everything clean on this 10th end. Gives Jill Staub the opportunity to win it with her final rock. As a last resort, Heather Smith will attempt to go around that corner guard with her final stone. Jennifer Jones, 16 years of age, student at Windsor Park Collegiate. And Grady Love. Jennifer Jones does her job with her first stone of this 10th end. Do you think any of these young ladies are concerned about their studies this week?
I don't think so. Some of them brought books with them, but I don't think they've been doing much studying.
You can see Jennifer with every shot she throws, practicing her deep breathing after.
Well, it's certainly down to crunch time. Not only is there a Canadian Junior Women's Championship riding on the outcome, but also the opportunity to win a World Championship.
Of course, they have a year to prepare for the World Championship, too. They'll be Team Canada all of next year and then head to the World in Switzerland.
Now that's a better center guard by Denise Cormier as it comes to rest on the center line. And about 5 feet out in front of the house.
Well, the chance here for Jennifer Jones, Don, if she just
Got one guard
takes
going.
a corner of it, she may come over off her own red and spin into the rings, or she may hit it a little bit thick. She may come over and drive her rock into the rings. Lots of separation. Of course, what she wants to do primarily is not hit this rock on the nose.
Just keep you posted in the men's game. Still no score. They've blanked the first 2 ends. They're playing in the 3rd end.
Well, she did not roll the shooter out as she had hoped to.
No.
And now there are 2 red stones out in front of the rings, and it looks as though Heather Smith is going to save it all for her very last stone. Or is she? No, it appears as though she's going to try and go in behind cover.
Going in's not a bad idea now because that's a great guard.
Well, I think it gives her the opportunity, Colleen, to really pick up her draw weight. She'll get a nice feel with this one, and if it's a little bit short, she doesn't mind it stopping short.
Remember, the Pepsi Junior Men's Championship is still to come this afternoon on Sports Weekend. Robert Schlender of Alberta and Jason Repay of Northern Ontario. They're scoreless, playing the 3rd inning. We're down to the final 4 stones of this Pepsi Junior Women's Championship. Fine touch by Heather Smith. Will it get to the rings? Not quite.
No.
She just slid past the guard, but pulls up just a little short.
Pro looks in that. Would have been better. Would have been well.
If you're a top-notch curler, if you're a strategist, what would you play here? Would you play maybe a draw to the open side or run the front on?
You might want to come in now because you're still going to leave rocks out front. There's still going to be something there for New Brunswick to bury behind. Because you can't clear all 3.
That's correct. So there may be an opportunity. She may think about coming around. As a father, I say draw.
It looks as though she's playing the hit.
Yes, she is.
Kelly McKenzie, the lead slipped, unfortunately for Kelly and the Manitoba team. She avoided that running stone. She removes the red Manitoba rock sitting out front. Now, a chance for Heather Smith to draw in behind her own rock. tight guard. It is only about 8 to 10 inches in front of the ring.
It is a tight guard, but in Heather Smith's case, this is good for her, Don, because if she can just squeeze by it, she'll be in the 4-foot area. The nice thing about it for Heather Smith, she just threw a draw, so she knows the way.
She may be a little heavy. So it's going to be a free draw for Jill Staub to win the 1991 Pepsi Junior Women's Curling Championship.
Sweeper's miscommunication there. They could have let that rub and roll behind the red one. Sweepers always have to be talking to the person in the ring.
Sorry, it's my fault, Heather.
Well, it's unfortunate because, Don, she threw a really good rock with the first one, and there's a good 15-feet difference between the first one she threw and the last one she threw.
They called it 2, though.
What really concerns me about this draw of Jill's is that she's playing the outturn, Don, coming towards the yellow one instead of the inturn. Now, a big shot for Jill, and you don't mind if I leave this broadcast right about now?
But a good point. Playing the outturn coming towards the yellow one.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess that's what Kevin Martin meant last week when he said the big difference at the junior level and playing in a Brier is strategy.
Lots of weight, lots of weight. She's got lots of weight. Lots of weight.
Is it going to dig in time? No, slides through. We're going to an extra end. So Jill Staub had a chance on this final end. A free draw to pick up the winning point, and like Heather Smith, she was a touch heavy and slid through, so we're going to an extra end. Are you still breathing?
Yeah.
Third time out? I would imagine so. Is there a time out between extra?
It is an automatic timeout between extra ends.
Yes, sir.
And then the teams can wave it off if they want.
We're taking it. So?
New Brunswick didn't want it, but Manitoba does.
I was jumping. I know, I thought. We never said that. Hey guys, same end, but let's go all the way down. Feel it better. Yeah, definitely. That's the thing. I lost the game, so don't worry about it. That's okay, look at him. Look at him. No problem. Where is...
What would you say right now if you were down there?
Well, I would say, you know, you still got last rock, just like the girl said. You have last rock. Don't worry about it.
I thought she had that. That's okay.
Real close. Like that's about it. Yeah, just coming from outside with the center, just line it on through. Same thing that I did.
Yeah, if I'd known the weight was better.
Same thing.
We saw it was there. We saw it. I got back eight. It just kept on going.
Concentrate.
Well, it looked a little bit heavy, Donnie. They might have wanted to sweep that one and clip that guard and roll in, but it is a very fast spot there.
So this junior women's final is going to the extra end.
Great team rallying from Manitoba. You hear them saying, don't worry, it's okay, we'll do it this end.
The junior women's championship tied at 4. Jill Staub of Manitoba and Heather Smith of New Brunswick. Strand in this Pepsi junior women's final with the score tied at 4. Jill Staub with her final stone of the 10th end, a free draw. Just a little heavy sliding through. Might there be some discussion tonight, Don Duguid, about the turn she played with that final stone?
Yeah, I might have played the intern. I'm not going to second guess her because obviously she felt comfortable with the outturn, but it just ran a long, long way on her. Heather Smith's last rock, Don, it just kept on gliding and gliding, so it's obviously a very slick spot. The thing about it, you know, I've always if Sedgwick always played towards the center of the rings, the fat part of the rings, and if she was going to play the other turn, you know, she's playing to the corners of it, so that was probably in the back of her mind also.
That was good rallying, though, as we saw at the break at the end of 10 by Team Manitoba. They're not down about it. I mean, they're saying, it's okay, we thought you had it, but we'll get it this end.
Kelly McKenzie attempting to remove that stone that lead Leslie Hicks placed in front of the house, and she does. She's become a real fan favorite this week because of her youth, because of her size, just 13 years of age, 4 feet 6 inches.
She certainly has shown poise beyond a 13-year-old, handling the pressure very, very well. Same thing for New Brunswick as last end. All they want to do is get those yellow rocks out in front of the rings on center line, and then hope that Manitoba knows this one. Manitoba, of course, wants to keep things perfectly clean until Jill's last shot.
That's the strategy. It doesn't always work that way.
You know, it sounds so simple when you get to say it like that.
It's always easier behind the glass.
Yes, we've all won a lot of games behind the glass.
Just wants the corner of that yellow stone, and Kelly McKenzie does a fine job of peeling the 2 New Brunswick rocks on this extra end.
That's 4 in a row for her. 2 in a chance and 2 here. Just shows you how accurate she is.
As you said earlier, she, despite her size and weight, 85 pounds, has tremendous leg drop for a net of the half. She sure does. Susie LeBlanc, the all-star second, looking to place that stone on the center line between house and house. Sometimes playing a guard can be one of the more difficult shots in curling.
Well, it really is, Don, because you're trying to stop it somewhere on the center line, and as you know, that when the rock is dying, it has a tendency to do a lot more curling. So to get it in the perfect spot is very difficult because it's dying and curling at the same time.
Christy Mraz this time will be attempting the removal of that New Brunswick stone with the outturn. You know, it wasn't that long ago that this style of game to the junior women was totally foreign.
That's right. You know, and they've because of coaching and watching it on television, they know that they have to peel. They cannot afford to hang around in front of the ring. Conversely, the other team, of course, knows that they have to put one out in front. They're going to try and peel. So between our coaching programs and parents and watching it on television, they pick up the game very rapidly.
So far on this extra end, each member has done her part perfectly.
Yes, it's been 4 perfect guards thrown up, and so far 3 perfect run-offs.
Quite a discrepancy in percentage between Susie LeBlanc, the New Brunswick number 2 thrower, and Manitoba's Christy Mraz.
Well, I think she missed this one.
She gave a little push at
Yes,
the
she
end
did.
of her release and kind of just veered it off the broom a little bit. That and the weight.
So now that center guard is there. stone. No, it's going to bend too much. She rubs that center guard, and the shooter also comes to rest out in front of the ring. That center guard is still the problem stone, and that's the one that Jill Staub wants her third Jennifer Jones to remove.
Yeah, she wants to hit about a half a rock or a quarter of the rock. If she hits a quarter of the rock, she may run the two of them off. But of course, the danger rock, or the rock that's going to cause her all kinds of problems, is that one that she's got the brush beside right now.
They're actually set up quite nicely for the double peel.
But before anybody starts thinking double, you have to think one.
Oh, for sure. That's a good shot. That's an excellent shot. First of all, make contact with the one on the center line and then worry about the double.
Thought I had it. Good thinking. How'd it go?
In our men's final underway, still no score between Alberta and Northern Ontario. They're playing in the fourth end.
Well, we heard at the start of our telecast today Jason Repay saying that this could be a 2-0 game. The way it's going, it may indeed be a 2-0 game.
They have been keeping things fairly simple and wide open.
That's the way over the years we have found these men's finals to be. Very low scoring, very few rocks in play, a preference for the hitting game.
But very efficient shooting, Don. I mean, we've telecast a lot of junior semifinals, finals, and the shot making is almost unbelievable.
Jennifer Jones trying to remove that stone. And she just slides it past that back yellow, and that's the one she was concerned about, because if she had rubbed that stone, she could have nudged it into the ring.
Almost full time.
Almost was right, Don. If she had touched that yellow one, she would have pushed it into the house.
So 4 rocks remain with the score tied at 4 in this junior women's final. On the extra end, 1 stone in play. A yellow-handled New Brunswick rock out in front of the house. Now, I asked Heather Smith about her university studies at Mount Allison, how being away of the Canada Winter Games and here at the Pepsi Junior would affect her studies, and she took a summer course and will be taking a summer course again this year to make up for the lack of time away from school. The time away from school.
Got the double to the leg. Gotta make sure I don't spin it in. Yeah. We hit like quarter. Want to come that turn? Yeah. Like if we take quarter this way, yeah. And then the red one should spin. There? Yeah, that should be good. Like even if we straight peel it, that's okay. Like tell me what I gave you. If we hit spin, we got it. Tell me what I gave you.
Right, for Jill here, Don, if she can hit about a half a rock, she will make the double and her shooter will roll in the ring. Of course, once again, her prime responsibility is removing that one right on the center line. She cannot afford to leave that there.
The Leduc Curling Club, the host facility for the Pepsi Junior Championships. Good crowd in attendance for this junior women's final and the men's final that is now in the fourth end. The women's final on this extra end with the score tied at 4. 19-year-old Jill Staub of Manitoba.
Jill didn't like the way she came out on that delivery. But she accomplished getting rid of that center guard, which was the danger shot.
Let me ask the two of you. She remarked twice now when she came out of the hack that she was unhappy with the shot. Can you tell immediately as you drive out?
You can, you know, right away when you're not on the broom or when you've done
have an open hit. She can only get...
Force the rock onto the intended target, and that's not good. You want to come out nice and smooth and just release the rock.
Now Heather Smith with her last shot in the 10th and put it through the rings. Let's see if she's got better control of the draw weight for this one. Her last shot, she wants to try to pull it in around that yellow guard out in front.
Will it move enough to hide behind that stone?
Oh, I think so. It'll stay very straight at the end, and then right till the end, and then it'll really snap for it. So they're saying lots of room, and now she starts coming really fast for her here.
Should be on that little bit.
Yes, I think so. Well, look at the see how they sweep it behind the tee line. I cannot believe that. I don't know why they do that.
They did that last night against Alberta. It's like they feel the most important thing is to be buried, but I think on the last shot, half buried and above the tee isn't a bad shot. Take it too deep.
It's a good shot.
Well, Heather Smith, like last night in the semifinal, can now only stand and watch. And it's up to Jill Staub. Because unlike the last end, where there was nothing in the rings, she must now come down to this New Brunswick stone.
What Jill wants to focus on most of all is just tee-line weight, really, and not worry about the backing.
Exactly right. You hear her say to her front end, piece of the 4.
Is your heart pumping?
Yes, a bit. Well, that's good. She just has to play the cold, cold draw. Jennifer Jones has to watch line.
How's her weight?
Well, she's got a lot of weight. She is
Moving for her, though, Sam.
No, it's not. No. She threw the back of the house.
Yes, she slides through. And Heather Smith and her New Brunswick Lynx have scored the winning point on this extra end for a 5-4 victory over Jill Staub of Manitoba in this Junior Women's Championship. New Brunswick last night against Alberta, stealing the winning point on the extra end, stealing the winning point on an extra end, and will now represent Canada at the World Junior Championships next year. Disappointment etched on the faces of the Manitoba champions. They were atop the round-robin standings at 10-1. But an opportunity for a free draw for the winning point on the 10th end was missed by Jill Staub, and she misses with a draw on the extra end to lose by a score of 5-4, and it's celebration time for New Brunswick as the coach, Alan Smith, moves out to congratulate Leslie Hicks, Susie LeBlanc, Denise Cormier, and Heather Smith, the 1991 Pepsi Junior Women's Curling Champions. The men's game is still to come. 5-4, New Brunswick celebrating victory over Manitoba in this Pepsi Junior Women's Final, as Jill Staub of Manitoba was heavy on both the 10th and 11th ends with a final draw. Certainly a reprieve for Heather Smith, getting the opportunity to win it on an extra end, and she is standing by with Colleen.
A reprieve indeed, Heather Smith. Second game in a row that you won by steal. You did it last night against Alberta and again against Manitoba. Is this the way you like to win?
No, you're always nervous going into the last end of the game, having to steal the ends, but we got the noses in the first part of the end, and we were able to come around with my last rock, so we're certainly excited about it.
Was patience the key for you in this game? Because there were a couple of ends in the middle ends where it looked like you could score 2 or 3, and it never quite worked out.
Sure, we're really good with that. Our team has a lot of patience, and, we just knew we could do it if we just kept up the patience and waited around until the latter end.
What about Jill's last shot in the 10th, the draw? Did you know that was through, or did you think you had just kissed goodbye the Canadian Junior Women's title?
When she let it go, we thought it looked a little heavy, so we were just waiting till it came down, and Denise swept it hard behind the tee line, so.
Now, your last rock in the extra end, you decided to take it behind the tee line. That could have cost you.
Yeah, we just wanted to bury it. So, you know, maybe hoping that she'd throw the little extra weight knowing it was behind the tee line. My rock last night was behind the tee line, too, and that's what happened. She came a little wide and heavy, so...
First ever time for New Brunswick to win the Canadian Junior Women's title. Congratulations to you. Say hi to your sister, Krista.
Oh, hi, Krista. Did it for you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Well, as New Brunswick celebrates, it's an unhappy time for the Manitoba young ladies and for you, Don Duguid, as well.
Well, it was a good game, Don, and if you can't draw to the 12-foot in the 10th end or the 11th end, you got a problem. But you have to admire the Heather Smith team, Don. They won last night, and Colleen said, is your key patience, and that's exactly what she had. She had patience. They had a lot of missed opportunities, but they hung in there, and they hung in there, and that's what makes great curling teams, if you have patience and you wait for your opportunities, and Heather Smith certainly did.
Well, how long does it take someone to get over a missed opportunity like that 10th end, free draw for the winning point?
Well, there's been a lot of curlers had the same problem, either a hit and roll out or a missed hit or a missed draw or whatever it is. It's difficult. It'll haunt you maybe for a little while, but I think once this is Jill's last year of curling in junior, but I think she'll go into the women's curling now, and she'll forget about that and hopefully be back again sometime.
When you commiserate with her this evening, what advice will you give her?
I won't give her any advice. Just say you did well. You lost one game in the round robin, and you lost in the extra end. You can't get any better than that without winning.
So it's Heather Smith of New Brunswick winning the Pepsi Junior Women's Championship with a 5-4 extra end victory over Manitoba's Jill Staub. And we will be crowning a Canadian Junior Men's Champion in just a moment, as we have Jason Repe of Northern Ontario playing against Rob Schlender